Well, I am rare coin expert Walt Durham, and this is
Industry veteran Ben Parker.
and we are the coin guys from Texas. And today, Ben, we're going to talk about the new kids on the block, and that is CACG, which is the Certified Acceptance Corporation's grading service.
Absolutely.
And they're relatively new as far as grading coins, but they're not new to the industry.
No,
yet.
they've been around for a long time.
Yeah, they've really got a good brand, and that's why it was so widely. It's really hard for a grading company to break into this market, but they were able to do it immediately, and that says something about them. But first, let's talk about a little bit what's going on with gold and silver.
Okay, so right now we're looking at today. It's the 25th that we're filming this. So today, gold right now is sitting about $2,018. We, first off, should not be upset about this.
No, it's $2,000 gold.
We really shouldn't be mad. And the reason why I say that is we have a lot of reasons to expect gold to go up. Some people expect to go down. This is healthy. We're moving minimally up and down for the time being. You've seen that since the first 3 weeks of the year. I'm happy with where it's at. I think we still have a lot more room to go. Silver, it's kind of in the same boat. Silver's sitting right now at $22.90. So there's a little retreat since the end of last quarter last year, 2023, but it's not that bad.
No, and like you said, you want to see dips in the market, signs of healthy market, but I feel silver's incredibly cheap right now. I mean, do you kind of feel that way?
Yeah, so I think we talked about it before that we like to use every now and then we'll use the gold and silver ratio.
Yeah.
And I think if you crunch those numbers and you look at the ratio right now, silver is it's affordable and it's a cheap buy right now. So
Yeah, I mean, because I remember, and I'm sure you remember, gold being at $1,500-$1,600 and silver being at $25-$30. So
Yeah.
with gold at $2,000 and silver still in that 22 or 20 to 25 area, that kind of feels very cheap to me.
Anybody that bought a Silver Eagle last year knows that the prices right now are really good.
Well, yeah, the prices right now are really good compared to the premiums we had last year. But when it comes to gold, people think gold's down. Like this kind of this sediment, right? Just right now, this week, you kind of feel like people are just kind of negative on gold. And I think that's just selling pressure is why it's dipped a little bit. But I've talked to a lot of dealers who really feel like we're in the beginning stages of a bull market.
Oh, for sure.
Because, you want gold to test, or any metal to test that bottom. And it keeps wanting to test 2,000 or 1,900, but you're not seeing it dip below that. And that's a sign of a beginning of a bull market.
Absolutely. Another thing, too, if you think about it, is the longer it takes for us to grow, more people have an opportunity to sell. There's other pressures that are involved. People need money, whatever it may be.
Right.
But because it's been at this point for a while, anybody that was going to sell, it wasn't like a big fast move in the market, so it didn't cause a lot of the selling pressure to happen at one time. This has been since 2020 when prices rose. Anybody that could have sold for a profit, by now they probably did. They might be waiting. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for. Gold's higher than it's been in a very long time. We saw in the past month or two, toward the end of the year, we saw record-breaking, all-time high prices, and I think we're gonna continue to see that happen toward. This is an election year, so there's no telling what's gonna happen on that end. But I think we're far from, the all-time high again.
I'm going to put some pressure on you.
Okay.
What is your guess that the highest gold will get to this year? Like just a guess. Nothing I'm going to hold your feet to the fire.
I know probably like 8 or 9 months from now, I'll probably look at this but I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that gold, by the end of the year, at some point, it'll hit $2,430.
Really? So,
yes.
So I was going to say 2,400 was in my head. So that's why, 2,400. I feel like at some point this year we'll hit 2,400. Will that happen? I don't know.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But I kind of I feel that way. I feel
absolutely.
that's coming, especially with an election year.
So the last one too, I don't want to leave out the third precious metal that we focus on too, is platinum.
My favorite.
Platinum right now it's at $895. It's down 1% on the day, so it's not doing great. But platinum's one of those metals that it can surprise you.
Platinum's extremely scarce, and I think people really don't understand how scarce that metal is. and platinum can explode really quickly. And we've seen that in 2008 when you watch platinum go from these levels to $2,200 very quickly because of a quick shift in demand. It is a very, very scarce metal, 30 times scarcer than gold. And I think it's too cheap right now. I'm personally a big fan of platinum. With
I agree. And
where prices are at right now,
yeah.
I'm a big fan of platinum.
So here's the thing with platinum too is the price for platinum isn't that bad. It's affordable, and you can have a really good buy at $895. But with what I'm personally focusing on is rare platinum. Like platinum in a proof 70, mid-state 70, fractional pieces. Those have done absolutely amazing over the past 3 years.
Yeah, well, people don't really realize how much like proof 70 platinum, especially the fractional platinum eagles made from 97 to 2008, how well those held value when platinum fell from 1800 to where it is now.
Right.
The proof 70 platinum eagles, because they are so scarce, held their value. And burnished platinum eagles, I mean, you're talking about coins, modern platinum coins.
A modern eagle.
Yeah, modern eagle with mintages 2200 coins, minted, not in 70. I mean, some of these burnished coins are extremely scarce, and they have held their value. And if platinum goes to 2000 or 1600, watch and see what prices do on those proof 70s.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of them. So let's get into the 1 ounce. So people are always curious, what are 1 ounce gold American Eagles going for?
Right.
And 1 ounce silver American Eagles. So today, as of today, 1 ounce gold American Eagles are $22.16.25, and silver American Eagles are $30.46. That is with a credit card, and all orders over $100 ship completely free and fully insured by us. If you want to see the current prices, we'll put a link down in the description for both of those so you can kind of get up-to-date pricing.
Just to make sure, these are for 2024 gold eagles and silver eagles. Yeah. Okay.
The brand new one's coming out of the mint, and Mint's been ramping up production, it looks like. So the demand's looking good. I was just looking here at the numbers. So far in January, 1 ounce gold coins, United States Mint has sold 60,000 ounces. That's
not bad.
That's strong numbers.
Yeah.
On the $25 gold piece, which is the half ounce piece, 21,000. 36,000 on the quarter ounce pieces, and 80,000 on the 10th ounces. And again, 10th ounces are starting to become a little bit more available.
Right.
So maybe they're coming off allocation. And silver eagles are at 4.8 million as far as January. So I would say little bit on the higher side. I mean, that it does definitely show signs of strong demand.
Okay, so looking at those numbers, would you say that this is going to be kind of a calendar year? Do you think that we're going to have, it looks like, and this is just for me looking at it, we probably won't have any crazy low mintages. There's a lot of demand right now.
No, but and here's the thing, when it comes to rare coins, you don't need low mintages necessarily. Yeah, the low mintages are awesome, but if you have a bad production year, like a bad strike year, look, the 2021 Denver minted Morgan silver dollar is not low minted.
No.
It's poorly struck.
Yeah.
And so only time will tell if the 70 grade gold eagles will carry a premium. You don't know that. You're going to have to see how well they grade, or even the silver eagles. And I think the silver eagles are going to surprise people this year. And I said this last year, the grade through rate, which is how, if we send a box of 500 coins to the grading service, what percentage of those are coming back in 70?
Right.
Last year, they were horrible, especially at the end of the year. Horrible through all grading services. NGC, PCGS, they were horrible. So you can get these years that have higher mintages, but have a low population in 70.
Right.
And you could get a coin that becomes a semi-key.
Makes sense.
In the gold American Eagle.
So maybe if there is enough demand and they're trying to keep up a supply, that might cause them to have a bad strike year. So we won't know until we see, it's probably closer to the end of the year.
Look at 1999, right?
Yeah.
Like you had the 99 Ws, the air coins that came out. I mean, because they ramped up production so bad because of Y2K. So yeah, it's not all about mintages. Yeah, this is not a year that I would look for as like being a super low minted. But I mean, it's a sign that people are wanting gold American Eagles, and that's a good sign.
Absolutely. So you have some coin news for us, something
Yeah.
new that's coming out?
Yeah. So one of the things I really like is the U.S. Mint's really trying to be innovative, and looks like they're going with. They just came out with a press release. They're doing another collaboration with the Royal Mint out of Britain, and they're going to do a Liberty Britannia metal coin mix. So it's going to be sold in both the Royal Mint, sold here in the United States, and it's actually by the chief engravers of both mints. It's a very cool coin, and we'll put the coin up there so you can see it. The design of the coin, I personally like it.
Yeah, yeah.
I really do. Now, I was on a private Facebook group the other day for just coin dealers, and this topic came up about this coin, and they were arguing about they just don't like the design. I mean, you've seen the design, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you're seeing it here, but the design it's unique. I haven't seen a coin like this, or a metal, I should say, like this, where you have both. You can see the influence from both countries.
Well, see, I've always liked the Britannias. I mean, always. I think they're good looking coins. I think.
Absolutely.
But on the Facebook group, you just hear these dealers talking about how.
What didn't they like about it? I mean, was there
Just
something?
the design's lacking, and so on. But here's the thing: I will tell anybody, if you've been in this industry long enough, coin dealers do not like change. Period. End of story.
Dragging their heels, huh?
They do not like change. Coin dealers are notorious for not liking change, and this is no different. I mean, they just. It's something that I don't know what it is. It's just, stubborn, being stuck in their ways. But I really like the design. It's so the gold coin is going to be struck in 24 karat gold, and it's going to be a high relief coin. It's going to have a maximum mintage of 10,000 coins.
That's not much.
Nope, not for a modern coin, not at all. Like especially not a 24 karat coin.
Yeah.
75,000 going to be on the metal, and the price point for the metal has already been released. It's $89 straight from the mint, plus shipping.
Super affordable.
Super affordable.
So you can
coin.
buy this one from the United States Mint or Britain's Mint also?
Yes, the Royal Mint. There's going to be a limit on the gold coins. There's a limit of 1 coin per household, I believe. I don't know what the limit is on the silver, but I'm sure there's going to be a limit.
Usually whenever I hear that, there's a 1 coin limit per household, it's probably something I want to own. So
yeah, so we'll have all of you guys in there trying to buy these coins from the mint from us, because they listen. If you've ever tried to buy something from the mint, these new releases the mint hasn't got it quite together, and it's not really their fault when there's so much demand loaded on one website, and the release time is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, and
hundreds of thousands of people across the United States are trying to buy the same product. Websites crash, and they have had problems for every major release. The Morgans, so it's kind of like a lottery ticket if you even get a chance to get it.
Yeah,
kind of feel like this may go that way with a one limit, and it's a good looking coin.
Also, so we're going to have demand from 2 countries for this.
Correct.
So that's a very low mintage to have. That's really interesting. I love the design of it.
Price point's going to decide that, I think.
Yeah, so they've yet to release the price on the gold.
Yeah. Like if they're going to want $4,000 for it for OGP, then no.
Buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little high.
That's 4,000. 4,000
straight from the mint, like just raw.
I don't know. That's I've seen coins worth, or I've seen coins or metals that cost more than that do really well.
I think I personally, again, you kind of forget that gold's at $2,000.
Yeah.
Or call it $2,100 gold.
So at what price do you say, oh, this is a good buy?
Threes.
And you're in the threes?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
I believe it's going to be like a $2,950. Because the mint, they do try to, there's a table in which they price everything, and based on the metal price, and that's going to determine how quickly it sells out.
True. It'll be a lot slower if they get in the mid to upper fours.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it will. And depending on, these are going to be 24 karat high relief coins. So how well are they going to grade? Are they going to grade? You're looking at potential huge premiums on 70s.
There's a lot of room for error whenever you're talking about high relief and 24 karat gold.
Yeah. So 24 karat gold, as you know, is very, very soft, and any little thing
Absolutely.
can keep that coin out of a 70. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And the release date should be sometime in February, I think.
Okay. So not too far away.
No.
Okay, perfect. Well, the main topic of discussion today is CAC grading, CACG. So tell me a little bit about, well, first thing I know, and maybe y'all have seen too, where you come across a coin and it looks really, really good, and there's a sticker on the label on the outside of the holder, typically to the top right of the holder. And it's a green sticker that has black lettering that says CAC, or it's a gold sticker that reads the same CAC. That was, I know that originally from Certified Acceptance Corporation.
Right. So that's kind of how they started, the old green bean stickers.
Green bean stickers. Okay.
Yeah. So like Certified Acceptance Corporation, it was, John Albanese and, just being really strict, trying to return back to the old standards of the grading, being really strict. And basically, and you've had sticker companies to follow the QA, quality assurance, EQ, exceptional quality, and now there's CMQ, which is collectible market quality. Now that this space is void because CAC is no longer stickering, I don't think they're stickering NGC and PC. I think they're strictly moved to.
You have to get it graded by them.
Yeah, full-on grading service, so that they either cross over or not. But they've earned a reputation of only putting coins onto superior quality coins. And, that's not me saying that. That's not you saying that. That's not them saying that. The prices that they bring at auction prove that.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's just every month that they in fact, CAC used to run an advertisement every month, and it would talk about and it would compare CAC coins auctioning off compared in the coins the same in grade and how much higher that they brought. So the market agreed with them. And that's how they started off. And here, last year you started to hear the buzz about the new grading service. They wanted to move to the grading service. And a lot of dealers are what they call founding members. They're basically investors because it takes a lot of money to get something like this off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
With equipment, marketing, all the resources. Just, to keep the record straight, we are not a founding member, or we have no investment.
There's no affiliation with CAC.
We have no affiliation with CAC. So our opinions on this are just basically our opinions.
Yeah.
But I do have one of the inaugural slabs here. I'll throw that up on the screen, but it's a quarter, but it's not the coin that matters. People always come in my office and it's like, why do you got a quarter? And but this is an inaugural sample slab that was only given to founding members, early investors into the company. And a friend of mine, he is one, and he sent it to me, and I keep it on display on my desk. But it was a way for the investors to see the new holders, and I really do like the holders on these coins. And that's up for debate. I'm hearing.
Yeah. So the holder, we're gonna have a close up so you can see it here. But what do you think about the holder?
I love it. I love the holder.
You're infatuated with the.
No, I'm not saying like it's the best thing that's invented since sliced bread, but like let's take these two Silver Eagles, right? So they stack really well, and they don't slide, right? And another thing, when you put them in a box or a tray, you run your hand across the top of that.
So it's completely
so
seamless.
like if I was to put NGC or PCGS coins in there, and they kind of move, these coins don't, and they feel sturdy.
Yeah.
And
so you think it's a higher quality just from holding it? You can tell already this is.
It is, and I'll tell you another thing about this slab. I don't think you even noticed it, but if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, made in the USA.
Oh, so we might have to go grab a NGC or PCGS.
Their plastics are probably not.
Oh no,
made in the USA.
All right, CAC is getting some points right now.
But no, and listen, and so As far as the holder, though, I like the green. I think it makes it pop. They got the holographic CAC there. I really do like the holders. At first, it was kind of a sticker. Again, a lot of dealers are kind of like, eh. But I think it's it's that old coin dealers. Coin dealers don't like anything new.
So I might be one that falls into that camp a little bit. And just because when I look at this, I see the sides of the plastic, and I think I mentioned this to you before, where it looks thin, and you don't ever want to drop your certified coins, but the horror I feel of dropping something like this, I feel like the sides of this plastic may chip. I don't know whether or not that would happen, because what is it, PCGS or NGC? They used to have those in the corner. So
that was PCGS.
Okay. Those would chip and crack.
Yeah,
if you ever dropped it on its face,
yeah, I do not like the slabs. Like I'll be 1,000% honest with you. I'm not a fan of PCGS holders. I'm not, and I'm very biased. Like I like to buy coins for here that are NGC, and we are an NGC authorized dealer. Just because, and again, I like the holders better. I think the modern coins have a better resale value. I think they're stricter on pre-33 gold, and again, these are all my opinions. But the customer service at NGC is also a lot better in my opinion. But like as far as the slab goes, I do like, especially when NGC came out with the Edge View holder. I was like, this is the holder that everybody should use, right?
Yeah.
And this is the only clear plastic holder that I've seen that I actually like, that enhances the coin.
It's simplistic, but it still lets the coin be the prominent.
It's a very modern coin.
Yeah.
Modern rendition of a coin slab. But I think it does, like, I mean, for lack of a better word, I think coins in these holders look sexy. I mean, that's just one of, I mean,
okay.
that is what it is. And look, they stand really well too.
Those other ones don't.
No. Yeah. NGC's is not going to stand up on its own. So I think, like, again, this is not just saying, oh, CAC is better. This is just look at the amount of thought that went into building this holder. I mean, all this, like the how well it stacks with two coins, right? And again, that's a big thing in packages. Like when we're shipping packages, right? If we want to ship a box of 20 coins, right? You don't like that rattle.
You don't want that.
Because it can scuff the holders, scratch the holders, crack the holders, and also lets, people who work at the Postal Service who are not honest, kind of like something's in there, right?
This is heavy. This rattles. Maybe I need to take it,
Right. And so just the amount of thought that went into these slabs, A+. I'll give them an A+ on the slabs. Are you a fan of the slabs?
Okay, so it's growing on me. Like I said, I was in that other camp. I'm slow to accept new things like this, but it is growing on me. I do recognize that it really lets the coin be the most important part about this, and it's clear. So now I do have one question.
Okay.
So before, when CAC, they weren't grading coins, they were professionals that were sitting down and reviewing coins, and they determined whether or not this would get a sticker that said it was the highest quality within its grade, or they saw it and said, this is something that's really nice.
Right.
So now that they're grading coins, if they're grading all these coins, does the CAC aspect of it lose its, I guess, premium? I mean, is it diluted now?
Do the stickers? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking? The stickers that are?
Is this replacing the stickers in the sense that you're going to get the same premium because it's CAC certified?
So time will tell on that.
Okay.
If the market will accept a 1908 20 Saint in 65 CACG, the same as it would accept an NGC 65 with a CAC sticker.
Okay.
So you would hope, I say you would hope, you'd hope that's their hope, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the premise of this.
Okay.
I think that's a time will tell thing.
Okay.
And then you're going to get into 10, 15 years down the road when you're going to see the same kind of the things you see with the old Rattler holders. which is the nostalgia of the CAC sticker, the original CAC sticker, because, eventually, coins, they get scuffed up like holders, but these, like, I think they're well protected. And if you look at the plastic too, that's another thing. They're frosted.
Oh yeah, on the inside it is frosted.
So I don't know if these will scratch up. I mean, obviously over where the coin is could scratch up.
The surface in front of the coin.
But anyway, like coins get reholdered a lot, and because nobody wants to spend $2,000 on a coin and get something scuffed up.
No.
So you have,
So before, if I sent a coin to CAC and they could look at the coin and say, it's a nice coin, it's great, but we're not going to give it a sticker because we don't think it's high enough quality.
So originally, like if you really break down what CAC was when it first started, it was basically there was always in the marketplace, there's two types of bids. There's sight unseen and sight seen.
Right.
Okay, so sight seen bids Morgan silver dollars. There are blast white Morgan silver dollars, and there are fugly toned Morgan silver dollars. I don't know how else to put it. Well, so you can have a 1921 Morgan silver dollar and an NGC MS64 that is brilliant, bright white, great coin.
Okay.
You could have the same 1921 Morgan and an NGC MS64 that is very unattractively toned. Those two coins are going to bring separate prices. So CAC, if you break it down, Certified Acceptance Corporation, was a way for John Albanese, when he would put his sticker on it, he would buy that coin, sight unseen. Well, he's already seen it. That's what the sticker was.
Right.
And he would pay X amount of dollars. Like he always had a bid for that. And I'm talking like the really early days, 2008, early days of CAC. That's how it started. It wasn't just like, hey, this is a good coin. It was this is a superior coin.
Okay.
And so that's why you see, like, it's not the sticker that brings the value. It's the coin.
Right. It's just saying that he had previously seen it,
but that's how it started out. And then the market started to realize that these were superior. And so, yeah, there's a little bit of an effect that the sticker has now because it's the brand has been so well built over the years. But originally, the coins brought higher premiums because they were better quality coins.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense. So let me think too. So now if I send in a coin to CAC to get graded, before they could deny it a sticker?
Right. Now they're going to holder it.
They're going to holder it. And then so this sticker that's on the front, this green sticker, can that still get denied that sticker, or is that part of it?
No. That's so. What CAC is doing again. The original CAC sticker meant they agreed with a grade on the holder.
Okay.
So
now it's them grading it, and they're going to agree with their own grade. So it's just an extension of that.
Yeah. So the premise, the marketing strategy behind CAC is it's one of the toughest, most strictest standards out there. Is that true?
It's up to you, I guess.
It's up to the market.
I would say it's akin to early PCGS NGC.
We don't know yet. I've seen interviews on podcasts and stuff with the president of CAC, and I'm going to be as politically correct as I can because we are in the industry. Talking about they're going to be strict on Silver Eagles, and if the Silver Eagle deserves a 66, it's going to get a 66 and not be put into a 69 holder. And to me, I think CAC is better than that. I think I really that's kind of insinuating that NGC and PCGS are putting crap into 69 holders that shouldn't be there. The grade through rates so we sent off 1,000. 2 boxes, monster boxes, CAC on the Silver Eagles. I can just tell you that they're not the strictest in the world. I mean, or unless they're the really great quality.
Okay.
I mean, so I'm just saying, it's not like you got back 10 out of 1,000.
There was not a drastic difference between.
Not a drastic difference, but I will say they are strict. And look, it could be the quality of the coin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but it could have been the quality of the coins. First part of the year,
they're mint fresh. So I mean,
but first part of the year, fresh dies, all that good stuff, and yeah, they do rotate the dies out every now and then. But the striking's typically better in the first part of the year. So, but yeah, I mean that's the marketing premise is that CAC's has some of the toughest standards.
You know what I wonder, and I wonder if anybody's done this, is send in the same coin to the three that we use, CAC, PCGS, and NGC. Send in the same coin to those three. We'd have to crack it out, but we know what the grade is, and we could test them to see what they graded as, and that could be kind of a test that we do. That's interesting. That might be an episode, but
we could probably do that.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
Take a coin that like an 01S and like NGC 64.
Yeah,
01S $10 piece. It's a nice coin. But again, grading's an art.
It is, and like
it's
we talked about it in one of the episodes too, where everybody has bad days every now and then, and you told me about the reconsideration. You can send it back in, and they can say, okay, well, we misgraded this. People will make mistakes. You can't base, if we were to do that, we can't base everything solely off of one time that they graded one single coin. But that would be something interesting to look into, just to possibly do that. But I don't know. I feel like we think we'd be onto something, but more than likely they'd all come back in the same grade.
I think if we really took an 01S and NGC 64. And just your average 01S and 64. Maybe not average. Maybe a coin that it might go 65. Or I think you'll get grades from 63 to 65. I mean,
it's an art.
I would say you would probably get it back from NGC, PCGS, and CAC in 64. And that wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me one bit if PCGS downgraded it to a 63, and or NGC, you resubmitted an NGC, upgraded it to a 65. Like none of that. Like you're not going to see anything drastic.
Right.
You're not going to see anything go. You're not going to see a 01S, 10 go from 64 to 66.
Yeah,
I don't think.
But the whole premise of me saying that too is, we understand that if a company is more strict, then the higher grade coins do have an opportunity to be worth more. And it was kind of like with the sticker itself.
Yeah.
So
like we got offered a lot of CAC graded pre-33 gold, and the pricing was attractive. And by the way, the gold coins, they look really nice in these holders.
Even better.
And I know it's kind of weird to be so fascinated about the holders, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's part of the coin.
True.
It's part of the display of it.
It's something that you're going to have, they were looking at Silver Eagles right now, but if it's if it's a 5-figure $10 gold Liberty from New Orleans or anything like that, you want an attractive holder. It's going to be in that holder for a very long time.
Yeah.
Have something you enjoy too. So
it's the gold really pops though.
I need to see a gold coin.
Dude, we'll have some gold coins come in, and I'm just telling you, it really does pop. But at the end of the day, like it says something. And listen, I try to be as fair as possible. I'm not going to sit here and just coddle CAC because listen, there's some pretty powerful people behind this. Like a lot of the industry, a lot of my friends in this industry, dealers that we deal with every day, they're investors. Like, so you want to be. I'm not. I don't want to downplay any of them or coddle them. Just because people that I know have money involved and at risk. But they have built a reputation over the years. Mm-hmm. Now, when I went to the fun show, I would listen to collectors and dealers talking amongst themselves because that was when we really saw coins out in display.
Right.
And, some people, I'll be honest, some people are like, I think it hurt their brand. And some people are like, I think it enhanced it. So it's just a time will tell kind of thing.
Well, if anything, I would argue that this gave CAC the opportunity to have a bigger hold on the industry.
I mean, that's the plan.
I mean, now they went from, the way I always worded it was they were keeping these other companies in check, and now they are a direct threat to them.
Correct.
So, like you said, only time will tell, but I will ask you this real quick. Do you think that, and I don't know exactly how, I want to say it's about half and half for most PCGS and NGC certified coins that we will see. Do you think that would you say you could see within 5 years them being a dominant, grader in the industry in the next 5 years?
I'll say they're a dominant grader now. Are you talking about like market share?
Market share.
Market share. Listen, they're a top tier grading company. They came in as a top tier grading company, which is dang near impossible. I mean, that just speaks volumes for who's behind it. I mean, they got a lot of people supporting it. The industry is supporting it. Dealers who make this industry turn every day are supporting it because they agree. They believe in the brand. They believe in the people behind the brand. And so is it going to be the number one grading service as far as volume? I don't think so. And I don't think they're out to do that. I don't think that's their play. I think they had to do, because CAC used to not sticker modern coins.
Right.
And they had you have to be in the modern space, right? You just have to. It's an
have to do
affordable price
coin,
point. I don't know if they're recognized on eBay yet, but that's going to be a big, that's a big thing. You've got to get through those hurdles. But man, it's a top tier grading. It's a top tier grading company. Like at the end of the day, if my family members or myself wanted a coin and it was being offered to them in a CACG slab, I would be perfectly fine with them purchasing the coin. And I think that's what it says. Like, okay, take for instance, a buddy of yours calls you up and says, "Hey man, guy's offering me this really cool $10 gold Liberty MS66 in a new annex holder. What are your thoughts?" Now, listen, I'm not talking mess on annex.
No.
But let's say if it's in a modern annex holder and the levels he's being offered them at are at normal levels or comparable to an NGC, wouldn't you be like, I wouldn't hold it. I wouldn't buy that for the same price I would buy an NGC. Fair?
That's fair.
Okay. In the same scenario, calls you with a CAC graded one, you're going to be like, it's a good buy.
Both new holders, yeah. Yeah.
So that tells you a lot right there.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what the grading company is. I mean, it's just there to instill confidence in the marketplace.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, the more that I think about it, really, it's not a question of whether or not they're as good as the others. It's a question for me as if they're better. And like you said, only time's going to tell whether or not. I think already, so this is CAC itself with John. This has been going on since, 2007?
I believe that's kind of when it was founded.
Okay, so this isn't something that just popped up overnight. This whole premise has been going on for a very long time. So this is something that it's going to do. I think it's going to do really well, and maybe within 5 years it could have the majority market share.
Man, listen. I don't think. That's tough. I don't think that's what they're out to do. And I could be wrong.
I think it might happen whether they want it to happen or not.
Yeah, I just don't think they're out there to be the number one as far as volume grader. I think NGC is the number one volume grader. And listen, NGC and PCGS go back and forth with their marketing campaigns, right? NGC, more coin certified than anybody on the planet or whatever.
Right.
And PCGS says, their advertisement, in January was the top 30 coins sold in 2023 at auction were all PCGS. So
So they have different aspects that they're fulfilling of the market. This is just another that they might be in a totally different.
So for me, it comes down to personal preference. Would I recommend this coin to my friends, family, and clients? And it's a simple answer for me. It is absolutely. That's very weird to say. If you would have told myself in 2012 that a 1-year-old grading company that just be like, you would automatically recommend it.
Right.
I would say you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
But no, 100%, CAC is going to have some market share. What that is, listen, I'm just going to be honest, they're probably not set up for it right now for the volume.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's some growing pains. But at the end of the day, it's a great holder. You hear, and another thing, I heard on an interview, and maybe you can think about this, is that, these CAC coins, because they're so strict, like let's take modern silver American Eagles, because they're so strictly graded, they're going to be like, dealers are running out of it on their inventory, and there's just not many of them out there. Okay, fair. But let's say you're a collector that's been putting together a silver American Eagle set in 70 for half a decade or a decade, and they're all in NGC 70. Are you going to go, well, now I need a CACG set, or are you going to say I'm going to start buying CACG? That's the hurdle, right? Because people like continuity in their collection.
Yeah, I mean, I've had
on the modern side.
Yeah, I mean, I have, and it makes sense. If I'm going to be buying a complete set of anything, a date run, anything like that, I want continuity. I want the entire set to be, I don't want one coin that just completely stands out, unless I'm talking about like Morgan's and I have like an old Rattler or something. That one stands out because it stands out for a reason. But
right.
in Silver Eagles, 86 all the way up till 2023, and then the rest are CAC, I probably wouldn't do it.
Well, yeah. So here's the like on pre-33 gold collectors, they'll collect both NGC and PCGS.
Yeah, they know that.
Yeah, they're if you're putting together a set of $5 Liberties, you're going to go from PCGS to NGC.
Yeah, especially New Orleans, you're just going to accept, aside from some other grading service, I won't say names,
but if it's NGC or PCGS,
it's a good coin.
It's a good coin.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to have the holder, right?
Yeah.
Modern coin collectors are a little different. They can buy,
it's up to them.
Yeah, that's the ones you typically want to. They see all NGC, but now you're starting to see people with these silver American Eagles. Hey, this year I want to buy my silver American Eagles in a CAC holder.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the hurdle that hurdle I believe will keep them from being a major volume or market share taker.
Especially
because
in modern.
NGC had Well, that's where all the grading happens.
Yeah, the volume of grading.
The volume
happens
of
with
grading happens in modern.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you have to have modern. Like we always say that a convenience store's got to have gasoline to sell the Coke and the cigarettes. Well, CACG has to certify modern coins.
So
I believe that was
for them
one
is the
great decision that they made.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this is a confidence booster for them. It's a low entry point too. Like somebody can come get $100 coin and test out the slab and be like, I like this, I don't like this. There's not a lot of risk. So you have to do modern coins. And it was a necessity for them. I just don't think that that's their goal.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So what would you say their goal is? If you had to guess, you're not
make
John.
money.
Yeah.
No, I believe their goal, like the goal is to obviously be profitable. Because you can't do anything if you can't make a profit. But is to enhance the CAC brand.
Okay.
And that is to and again, you get dealers who are submitting silver American Eagles. Like, think of it from a dealer's perspective, right? I know how I could probably fill out an NGC submission form blindfolded. I mean, we send off it's like every other day we send off a submission to NGC. So once you get dealers comfortable, and this is probably what John and them thought about, once you get dealers comfortable with sending coins in and back, the turnaround times, they're familiar with it, then you'll start seeing the other coins go. So that's kind of what the modern coins are doing for CAC right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
But like, I haven't really heard from like the retail side of it on the Silver Eagles, or now that the Gold Eagles are out and the Gold Buffaloes. But time will tell on that. But I really I would have no problem owning a 4-coin Buffalo or a 4-coin gold set or a Buffalo in those holders.
Yeah. And I really wouldn't mind having some of my older gold pieces in those, because primarily that's what CAC did, was they went after the older coins.
Yeah, and that's what they were built on, right? But they do got some good modern people there grading the coins. These new holders, and look, they got the QR code on the back, which I like the QR codes. We were talking about the NGC. NGC's got the QR codes now. I really like that. Pulls up all the information on the coin.
One thing I noticed too is
it's a good coin
on PCGS and NGC. They have different designations that come along with the coin depending on certain requirements that are met. So on these Silver Eagles, it's first delivery.
Yeah, first delivery. I believe there's also a first day of delivery.
So it goes even a step further.
Yeah.
So what is first delivery? Is that first 30 days, or?
I'm imagining, yeah.
Because it's kind of the same lines of PCGS and NGC. So then NGC has first day of issue and early release, right? And PCGS has first strike. That's their big designation.
Correct.
Okay. So they're doing some of the same things these other companies are doing already.
Right, but I'm sure there's trademark infringements and stuff with, first day of issues and first strikes. Actually, I just sent off some Buffaloes today that were NGC first strikes. So
NGC first strike?
Yeah, there were 06 Buffaloes that were NGC first strikes.
I don't know if that I've ever seen
Yeah,
one.
you just don't see it often because a lot of people want first day of issues now on NGC. But yeah, it's out there for sure. Yeah, so I'm not. I'm going to be honest. I'm not familiar with the ins and outs of their first day of delivery, first delivery. Like, what's the criteria to meet that? But at the end of the day, the discussion is: Will CAC survive? I believe so,
without a doubt. Yeah, it's only going to get better for them, I think.
I think so. I think they're off to a good start, and this is the first year that they're kicking it off. So, absolutely, kudos to them. Well thought out. Like when you really look at that slab, it's well thought out. See, you weren't a fan of that slab at first.
No, see, and my only thing is that side, that plastic side. So, other than that, I mean, I will agree with you that it's very attractive. I don't know if I would say sexy, but but it's definitely a good looking slab.
Yeah, I like it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do Deal of the Week. This is going to be our Deal of the Week. So if you're out there and you want to own a CAC graded coin that's very affordable, look no further than the 2024 Silver American Eagle. Like I said, we sent off 1,000 coins, and we're down to I just checked today the vault about 100 coins left in first delivery 70. We're going to do them at $79.95. They'll be on our website until they sell out, and once they're sold out, we're sold out. So we'll put that up there. As far as populations go, I believe 36,000 so far first deliveries, which is pretty low. If you go look at
you compare it to anywhere else, it's low.
It's pretty low. But yeah, $79.95 for the first delivery Silver American Eagles by the new CAC grading company. It's a low entry point, and you can kind of test out the slab. If you want a box of 10, I believe you get a $5 per coin discount.
That's it.
Yep. Well, you got anything else, Big Ben?
No, nothing else.
I want to call you Big Ben, like
Big
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah.
Like the old Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Problem is I'm a Cowboys fan, so.
Well, we all are Cowboys fans. Well, that'll do it for us. man, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have a question about anything CAC or anything we talked about today, put in the comments. Our YouTube specialist will get them to me, and I will answer them, and we will answer them as quickly as possible.
There you go.
Until next time, guys.